Hello nerds and nerds, my name is Phoenix and today we're looking at a game called Terroir. I've played this game for a while, so I'm going to do the first impression video for it. And we're going to see how it goes, guys. So we're going to load the new game. I have few saves, as you can see I played for quite a few years already. So just scroll down to my save eventually. We are here. Let's skip. So basically what you do at the beginning of the map, you will start with 3 tiles. You will start with your main tile, with your building, which is your Chateau. Basically Phoenix is called for me. That's your main building that you're going to be upgrading throughout the game and unlocking new updates from it. Then you will start with another tile that is a wild tile, it's one of those. I have a lake, you can have a forest and you can have an empty tile as well, so there's few options for you to do, and they all give you different benefits to surrounding tiles. So the lake allows me for certain benefits to all these tiles around. And then you will start with one tile that you can plant your grapes on, and that's the tile I have. As you can see, I started 26 years ago, and that's the benefits I have from the lake that you can barely see because the resolution is not the best for writing in here, but hey, so that's what we do. We plant our grapes and we grow them. Let me show you what's going to happen next in here. Your grapes have ripeness, so you have to make sure they are proper sweet and nicely ripened for you to collect. So we'll be collecting them, trying to expose them to sun, control the bushiness level of our grapes, and basically trying to expand our plantation in here. Let me speed up. As you can see, because it's clear weather in April, they've been exposed to the sun a little bit and they're getting ripen more and more. Ideally we don't want to exceed 7. What happens in here now, they grow a bit, so they are in the optimal stage of growth. They won't, from this stage, they will no longer ripen in the sun, but they will produce more yield. So that's something you want to aim for eventually when you get to the ripeness that you hope for. It happens because it's raining, so every time it rains, it goes one higher level. If you leave it for too long, your grapes will have issues. The ripeness will start dropping if you let bushes to grow out of control. I'm going to leave this one to just demonstrate that to you guys. So as you can see in here, this one is now overgrown completely and will cause the ripeness to go down for my plantation in here. So I have to really keep on top of that. So I'm going to cut that. Only because this one, it didn't affect us that much, but if I let all of them to be overgrown, we would lose ripeness and our wine wouldn't be that great, wouldn't be sweet tasting, it would be rather sour to taste. It's not what we want from our wine, especially from the one I have chosen in here, for our plantations in here. We want to aim for about 7, from what I have learned. As always in this kind of games, you have to aim for a magical number that you have to discover through your experiments. We can now collect our grapes between September and November. I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer so I can get more grapes, hopefully. No, I'm going to pick them up now. It started to lose the sweetness and I didn't want to lose that. We have acidity 4, sweetness 5, tannins 4 and body 4. Overall, not tragic stats. I would like sweetness to be a little bit higher for the grapes I have in here. But that's again the number you have to collect. You have to discover yourself, so you never know what's going to work for you initially. Okay, well, we have different crushing methods in here. We have piggage, which is basically with your own feet you do it. It will increase the tannins by 2 and take 5 seconds per variety. So you can have 3 different varieties growing of the wine in here. We have crushing that I haven't unlocked yet. Requires Chateau to level 2. And they all are faster and faster, but they increase tannins a little more than the rest. We're going to go with piggage. It doesn't really affect us that much. This 5 seconds lost in here is not a big deal at all. Now, I have to leave it to ferment. Obviously, to get alcohol, you have to ferment it, as with everything. The longer we ferment it, the more sweetness we lose in here. So we're going to leave our wine for less than 2 weeks, so we lose no sweetness. I want to keep it at 5. So leave it to ferment for less than 2 weeks. And then we're going to... What I want to aim for is acidity 4 and tannins 4. So we're going to increase our pressed juice to 1. That will give us acidity 5, and then we'll lower that in the barrels, so you will see. But basically, if you want to have really acidic wine, you can increase your pressed juice and it's going to be more acidic in taste. If that's what you aim for your wine, you have some sort of level of control in here. But the game is really based on luck a lot, especially in the initial stages before you unlock everything else. Now we have choice of barrels, so as you can see, different barrels in here. Stainless steel, white oak, they're all expensive. I have common French oak, and that's what we're going to be using in here. Then leave our wine to rest in the barrels and rest it for a month. Have acidity 4, tannins 4. I'm going to bottle that up. Hopefully that will give us some decent wine in here. 13 bottles of that. 13 barrels I can bottle. I'm going to do that, and it costs you money as well in here, so I'm going to do that. Then we have to organize our tasting session. I'm going to invite a wine taster. The more prestige you have, the better wine taster you can employ in here. And the higher your prestige kind of grows in here, so it kind of balances out. Item for testing, it was not the best. Sweetness was below the levels I wanted for. So as you can see, we're going to get half a star for that, 16 in price, not ideal. Really not ideal at all. So what we can do, we can sell it. Well, we can sell it anywhere, to be honest. We can sell it to our 2 merchants. If I get 5 points of reputation with them, I get extra benefits from them, like 10% sales and stuff. We're going to sell 170 in here. Whatever is left in here. And sell that. Perfect. Okay, that will be selling over the months. You can't sell to merchant as long as they have your other wine, so you can actually block yourself out with this. That was our first year, so we're going to quickly speed it through it. I'll show you another year, and hopefully you can get some reputation going, and we can expand our research. That's the research building I built in here, on our empty tile. If I click on it, we can unlock more research as we have more renown cost in here. So pesticide treatment will treat this infection of fruit flies that are annoying, really. 15% yield I'm losing every month. Faster harvest and all that, so you can have quite a bit of research here that you can easily accomplish. And eventually it will kind of allow you to limit the randomness of the game, the more research you get, because you can control your wine better. What I'm really hoping for is to get a wine of about 7.6, that's the aim for ripeness I'm aiming for with this particular wine. Alright, it's September and we're getting actually quite a decent weather in here. Hopefully we'll get enough ripeness here to collect our wine at perfect conditions. October is rainy, but I don't care that much. I'm going to pick it up now with a 6 ripeness and I'm quite happy with that. As you can see, we got perfect conditions in here. That's exactly the composition I'm hoping to achieve from this wine. This means that even if the wine is rubbish, we'll get 1 extra star because we grew it in perfect conditions. So once again, let's crush it super quick. And we'll process this wine ready for sale. Going to do less than 2 weeks, keep sweetness proper at the 6 and above. Going to throw that one at 10% because I want the acidity at 5. Quickly put in the oak bottles. And in December it should be ready and perfect. And it is, it has buttery flavor, which is good for this kind of wine. And hopefully it will be perfect. Let's bottle it up. 13 barrels once again. And organize a tasting session. As people come in, hopefully they will appreciate my wine. And look at that, 4.5 stars. I can sell it for 48, so the price difference is huge in here. So I can sell it. As you can see, I can't sell it to these vendors yet because they have my other wines. So we have to wait for that to sell. But just want to show you that the price difference is massive in here. So I'm going to wait for that to a little bit. I will talk a bit more about the game as we talk through it. So because I got the renown now, we can actually unlock the research in here, and that's what I will be doing. We'll unlock the pesticide treatment. It will take 6 months to finish, so then we'll be able to use it eventually in here in our actions. And part of that, there isn't really that much to it to this game. There is, you unlock another tile, so you can buy new tiles. Let me just buy a tile, just so I can demonstrate to you. It costs £20,000 or dollars to buy a tile. I can reload the tile as well. If I don't like what I have in here, I can change it to something different. So let's just say I don't like one of the tiles in here. So let's go. Like this one is a clay. I can roll it for 1,000. And I got the lake now. I can buy it for 10,000. I can reload again, but it will cost me 5,000 this time. This one is still 1,000, so I have to eventually settle on the tile that I fancy, otherwise it will be a lot of problems for me financially to go like that. It's May already. I'm hoping I can sell my wine eventually. At the moment the weather is quite decent, so everything is growing nicely for me here. But you have to stay on top of that. Eventually your actions are not enough to keep up with it. Like, look at that. Because it's raining so much, I can barely keep up with everything. I can treat the fruit flies, and we will treat the fruit flies. Okay, so we can sell some of this wine that we have in here. Going to put it to different vendors just so we can make some money. And overall it will go quite well because it's selling at such an expensive price. That we should be doing quite okay in here. Look at that, next month we're going to get a lot of money for it. December, and halfway through the month you get paid for whatever you sell. And we're at 87,000, so we're getting a lot of money from the sales. Obviously it will run out quickly. The better wine you have, the faster it sells in here on the market. So they already sold half of the product I gave them. But overall, as you get better and you improve your markets with the guys, you can really improve the prices in here. As you could see, the difference in prices was huge. With the guy I didn't have any reputation and the guy I had 5 reputations. The more you sell, the better prices you will have. Overall the game is quite simple, but it is enjoyable. I enjoy playing it. It's quite fun. Developers are still working on it obviously because it's early access, and I'm looking forward to what they come up with it. For now I kind of recommend it for you guys. If you are interested in this kind of game, please do check the other YouTube videos on this game and check some Steam. And remember, it's early access, so there will be features missing, and as always stay cautious on it because we know the history of early access games not being finished properly. For now, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.